What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing Ravens content every single day. If you want to stay daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. In today's video, it's kind of the second part of this really short two-part series on the three most surprising Ravens so far this season, and as well as the three most disappointing Ravens so far this season. And if you didn't know, I put out a poll yesterday, and it was like, which one do you want to see first? Which one do you want to see second? And the surprising came out, with a resounding victory in that poll. But if you aren't subscribed, you're not going to see the polls. But if you are subscribed, keep an eye out for polls. I put them out sometimes on, what type of video you want to see. If you want to see a stream or a video, all those types of things, I like to put those out in polls, as well as like score predictions and stuff like that before the game. So we have a lot of fun doing that. But let's get into this video. And the biggest thing that I need to emphasize is that this is not set in stone. We're 3 games into the season, about to be 4 games. So if a player is disappointing right now, that does not mean by the end of the season, we can't look at them and say, wow, they actually really surprised us. So these players that I talk about, they're as it stands right now, but they can absolutely change kind of this disappointment into a surprise, into a wow, they really, really stepped up. And so that's just one of the biggest things that I need to point out to all of you is that I'm not saying that these players' seasons are over because they've disappointed. But the first player that I have to start with has to be Alejandro Villanueva. And if you guys agree and disagree, let me know in the comment section. I only had 3. Could have put more. If you have one that you think I missed, let me know in the comment section as well. But Alejandro Villanueva has to be the most disappointing. He just really has not played well. And I understand, yes, the Chiefs game, he played amazing. However, the Chiefs game, he was going against a defensive tackle that's trying to play defensive end in Chris Jones. I still don't understand why Chris Jones is trying to play defensive end. It makes no sense to me. He's a top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL, and he is not a speed player. So he tries to go right through Alejandro Villanueva. Villanueva is like 6'8", 340 pounds or some ridiculous number like that. And so it's going to be hard to go through. But every time Villanueva's lined up against somebody that has speed, it has been absolutely terrible. Terrible. Whether it was Max Crosby or Yannick Ngakoue or whoever the heck the Lions have at defensive end. And I'm kind of worried for Von Miller in this upcoming game. But, I do understand that he's trying to transition over to right tackle. But, right now he is playing on the left side because of Ronnie Stanley's injury. Hopefully he's able to come back, at some point this season soon. But Alejandro Villanueva, I think, really has to be the first guy that I mentioned. And I think a lot of Ravens fans would agree with me. But you know what? The Ravens are still 2-1, and hopefully he's able to pick it up. But the next big guy that I feel like has been a bit disappointing is Patrick Queen. And this is kind of the guy that I was pointing to when I was like, they can turn it around. Because Patrick Queen is elite at a couple of things that he does. Blitzing, elite. Like going after the quarterback, he is so good at that. Chasing down the quarterback, amazing. But he is still having a similar problem to what he had last year. I was really hoping he would get better at it. Like I said, long season, could still improve. We could look at it by the end of the year and be like, wow, his tackling, amazing. But as of right now, he has really struggled in those pursuit angles and actually being able to wrap up those running backs. And that's just one of those biggest things that this Ravens defense has been struggling with. There's been a lot of players. I almost wanted to go tackling as a whole from the Ravens defense. However, I did, it is 3 most disappointing Ravens. So I didn't want to say the whole defense is tackling. But Patrick Queen, I feel like, has been the most notable because he is just, DeAndre Swift has just made him look a little bit silly a couple of times. Travis Kelce. Patrick Queen wasn't covering Travis Kelce a ton, but just the tackling has not been there. And it hasn't even been like, oh, they're just like shedding his tackles. That hasn't really been it for me. I haven't seen a ton of times where he wraps somebody up and they just throw him off. It's more been just like misses. He missed, I believe he hit Tyus Bowser against the Detroit Lions trying to tackle DeAndre Swift. And it's just like, those are the types of things you got to at least hit it, because at least if you hit somebody, yes, even if they break your tackle, which you don't want the tackle to be broken, don't get me wrong, at least it slows them down and somebody else can gang tackle them. But it's just been a lot of just, wow, he missed. Same thing with Malik Harrison. You know, both of them have really been struggling with them. Not trying to just single out Patrick Queen here in the tackling side, but also in the coverage. Just hasn't really been there. And, you know, I'm really hoping he's able to improve. I do think that he has better awareness on the field. I feel like that has improved. However, it's just those pursuit angles have not been it for me with Patrick Queen. But again, hopefully he improves. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're like, wow, one of the best tacklers on our team. He's really been going out there and doing his thing. Now, the third and final disappointing Raven is one that hasn't played yet. And that's LeVeon Bell. And why is he disappointing? Because he hasn't played yet. And it's not as much like LeVeon Bell, you've been a disappointment. It's more in the Ravens organization that he hasn't gotten that opportunity, because I feel like a lot of Ravens fans, including myself, are really looking forward to LeVeon Bell playing for the Ravens. I was a big, you know, speaker on the Ravens should get LeVeon Bell. And that was because of his pass catching ability. The Ravens could easily use him in the passing game, throw it to him, line him up in the slot if they want to, run him how Pittsburgh ran LeVeon Bell. Do not try and do it like how the Chiefs did. Probably don't do it like how the Jets tried to do when they didn't have Sam Darnold. When they had Sam Darnold, he was actually pretty successful lining up at wide receiver, going on some good routes, throwing it to him, not just in the checkdowns, but also like 15, 20 yards down the field. LeVeon Bell could still be a great factor in this offense, but the Ravens just are not putting him out on the field. I want to see number 17. I really do. I think a lot of Ravens fans really want to see it because Devontae Freeman has not been it. Latavius Murray hasn't been bad. I don't want to, you know, slander Latavius Murray too bad, but I just really want to see LeVeon Bell out there, even if it's just as a third down running back in the pass catching situations, because he is a guy that I feel like defenses, when they see LeVeon Bell step out on the field, they take note. I don't think they're taking note when Latavius comes out, unfortunately. I feel like teams may respect LeVeon Bell a little bit more because LeVeon Bell hasn't been in a good situation since he was in Pittsburgh. Or you could argue his first year with the Jets when Sam Darnold was actually playing quarterback for a few games with him. But overall, LeVeon Bell, I'm just disappointed he hasn't seen the field. And I feel like a lot of you Ravens fans are with me in that. But let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with my disappointments and such. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for more daily Ravens content. And I will see all of you again tomorrow with the live stream before and after the game. I'll try and live stream about 30 minutes before the game, because I do understand that the 1 o'clock games will be wrapping up by the time that the Ravens game kicks off. So I'll try and do it like later in that. So, you know, if you're willing to miss the games, that's okay. If you're not willing to miss the games, that's all right. I'm probably going to have the game up on the games up on my phone or something like that while I'm streaming. But after the game, there shouldn't be any other games on, so that should be the fun part. So make sure to come and join that. But thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow.